A new program is coming to Alabama that's designed to help rural healthcare, a system that's been on life support for years as providers struggle to keep facilities open due to rising costs. According to the statistics the state submitted to the federal government, 58 of Alabama's 67 counties are at least partially rural, with almost a third of the population living in these areas. Here's more about what the Alabama Rural Health Transformation Program could do to help out.
Alabama's rural healthcare facilities could finally get some of the help they need after Governor Kay Ivey announced a new program aimed at keeping rural hospitals open.
The National Rural Health Transformation Program is part of President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill signed in July. It's giving $50 billion to states for medical programs that improve access to local health care, of which Alabama is getting just over $200 million. The plan currently includes 11 initiatives involving multiple state agencies, with some of the biggest items dealing with mental health, maternal health, and emergency medical services. Just days ago, Governor Ivey announced an advisory group is set to implement and oversee the program as funds are distributed to the various initiatives. Now that the funding is approved and the advisory group created, she said in a statement that most of the work is yet to come. She said, "We will take the next steps to ensure our citizens and communities benefit for generations," adding, "Making America healthy again begins in rural America, and I look forward to being able to improve healthcare across Alabama." But part of that advisory group is Representative Anthony Daniels, who tells Fox 54 it's just a drop in the bucket for what he calls a stage 4 disease.
If you're telling me $203 million is going to be the magic bullet for 84% of rural hospitals that are operating in the red, no, it's really not. What this is an investment to help them stay afloat.
The program is currently set to last for 5 years, with more funds coming every new year. Governor Ivey is already directing state agencies to create a strategy to ensure rural hospitals get the support to stay open. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Representative Daniels tells Fox 54 the advisory group will start work as soon as possible, adding that any sort of help for rural hospitals is critical.
As 2025 comes to an end, you may be checking your bank account and asking what the new year will bring for you and your family. With grocery bills relatively high and mortgage rates hovering around 7%, making ends meet remains a top concern for many of us here in North Alabama. This morning, we sat down with Congressman Dale Strong and we asked him what's being done in Washington that could affect our wallets in 2026.
From the gas pump to the checkout line to those monthly utility bills, just about everyone was checking where their money was going in 2025 and looking for some relief. While the Tennessee Valley saw growth at Redstone Arsenal and elsewhere, the cost of living at home shrank savings for many. Congressman Dale Strong says his focus for 2026 is centered on one word: affordability. Strong says the current pace is sustainable neither for families nor the local economy, but perhaps the biggest barrier to the American dream in the Tennessee Valley is the housing market.
It's hard to do when interest rates are right at 7%. If we get those interest rates down to less than 6%, I think that you'll see a lot of people purchase their first home.
According to data from the National Association of Realtors, the average age of a first-time home buyer has climbed to 40, a record high attributed to interest rates that remain at twice the levels we saw just a few years ago. Kyle Morris from Alpha Insurance says the inconsistency of interest rates and lack of knowledge around them can be a struggle for many. He hopes next year will be a better year.
We're seeing the interest rates get up. People were scared. And so it's been such a roller coaster. I think the thing that will help most people is some type of stability.
As the 2026 election cycle begins to heat up, Strong says he expects the economy to remain a priority across the board.
I believe that we're fixed to see a lot of the results of things that we passed in the last year that leading in January, first quarter, second quarter, you're fixed to see hopefully interest rates decline.
He believes there's a viable path to affordability and says it begins with collaboration at the next level, working with local, state, and federal officials to make it a reality. From Huntsville, Logan Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
Beyond the economy, the congressman also highlighted major local growth coming in 2026, including the arrival of U.S. Space Command and the new Eli Lilly manufacturing plant. He says these projects will bring thousands of jobs to the area.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
It's the final day of 2025, and it's going to be reasonably warm across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. A very good morning to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. I hope you've had a wonderful 2025, and I hope you're ready to go into 2026 and accomplish whatever it is you intend to accomplish in 2026. 50 degrees this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Really is going to be a beautiful day. 57 for your New Year's Day. We're going to start off a little bit warmer as well. 31 degrees in the morning, 57 in the afternoon. Once again, plenty of sunshine. Good news here this year. We are not talking about any rain across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. So many folks are probably going to be going out tonight. Please be safe and have a lot of fun if you are going to be going out this evening. In case you're curious, I will be sitting inside. Maybe a number of other folks are going to be sitting inside as well. It's probably pretty easy to figure out what I'm going to do. Stranger Things, of course, drops on Netflix this evening. So I will be sitting at a friend's house and we will be watching Stranger Things because that is the exciting life we live. Though I admit I am incredibly excited about Stranger Things. So while some folks might find it boring, I find it to be incredibly exciting. I'm going to make a snack. And by I'm going to make a snack, I mean my wife is probably going to make a really good Stranger Things themed snack. 41 at 6 o'clock this evening, 36 by 9, 33 at midnight, 31 degrees by the time we get to 3 a.m. So if you are going to be going out this evening, maybe dress warm, but it's not going to be bitterly cold. A slight increase in the amount of cloud cover, maybe you'll begin to notice that, but it's not going to rain tonight. Rain is, however, in the forecast. Here we are heading into Thursday morning. We're dry across the Tennessee Valley. We'll be dry Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Increasing cloud cover Thursday evening into the overnight. We're also going to bring about the opportunity for a little bit of rain through the overnight, early into your Friday morning. A couple of isolated showers are going to be possible during the middle and later part of Friday morning. This activity going to become more widespread through the later part of Friday afternoon, early into Friday evening, and then rain's going to stick with us in some capacity through the rest of the evening, and then as we head into the early part of the overnight. Here we are, the earliest hours of Saturday morning, 12 a.m. to be exact. We're still talking about some isolated, widely scattered showers across the Tennessee Valley. Some light rain continues to develop as we head into the middle part of Saturday morning. This activity will stick with us in some capacity as we head into the early part of the afternoon on Saturday, but Saturday's definitely not going to be a complete wash. Here's how we're going to end the year at Huntsville International as far as rain is concerned. 47.6 inches of rain. That's actually a bit of a deficit. We're going to end with a nice surplus in the Shoals, though. 63.20 inches of rain in the Shoals. Maybe you're heading out to Pasadena, California. Maybe you're going to go to the parade. Maybe you're going to go to the football game. You're probably leaving today if you're going to be venturing out to California. So safe travels. Enjoy your flight. You're definitely not driving at this point, so it seems safe to assume that you're going to be flying. Now, the Rose Parade is going to be wet. Showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s. Then we're talking about the actual football game itself. Showers and thunderstorms are going to be in the forecast. Temperatures climbing into the lower 60s. Got a high temperature right around 63 degrees. So if you are going out today, maybe you're leaving soon, doing a little bit of last minute packing, grab the rain gear. You are definitely going to need it. Maybe on your way to the airport, stop and pick up some sort of a poncho because they're going to be ridiculously overpriced out in California. So pick up a poncho now, grab a rain jacket now before you get on the airplane. 50 degrees today, 57 tomorrow, 55, 56 Friday, Saturday. So still going to be relatively warm despite the fact that we're talking about rain. 54 on Sunday and a pair of 60s Monday and Tuesday of next week. Stick around to Fox 54 Plus. Got more weather and traffic updates coming up. Did you know that you can get weather impact updates 24/7 on Fox 54 Plus? Here's how. Go to Fox 54 Plus on your Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, or Samsung. Once you're on the main screen, push the down arrow and click on the Fox 54 Plus Weather Impact 24/7 block. Here, you'll find radar, current temperatures and conditions, traffic cams, forecasts, and more, all available on demand. Want to get back to the main channel? Just push the down arrow and click on the 24/7 stream button. It's your weather impact updates 24/7 on Fox 54 Plus. Start streaming today.
really is this incredible mix of entertainment and an incredible mix of people from all over the world that come here to celebrate. And we are joined by over 1 billion people around the world as we count down in unison those final seconds of the year filled with joy and happiness for an amazing 2026. Hey, looking good. We are so excited to be kicking off America's semi-quincentennial year right here in Times Square with America 250. And in fact, after midnight, we are going to have the most confetti ever, red, white, and blue, for the first time ever. Post-midnight is going to drop here in honor of America's 250th anniversary year. It's the most confetti we've ever had, nearly 3 tons. It's going to blanket everyone in Times Square, keeping them warm. Here we come down, 60 seconds.
The holiday travel hustle and bustle at the world's busiest airport is in full swing.
We're traveling back to LA, stayed in Atlanta for the holidays.
Some travelers say they're monitoring weather conditions closely as winter storms and snow impact parts of the U.S.
New York City looks like it's where we're headed is actually getting to probably the worst part of it, but we'll see.
Flights, all gates, all airlines. So far, there have been at least 150 flight delays and 18 cancellations at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. But some travelers are having more of an issue checking their bags ahead of their flights.
I always expect it to be a little rough during the holidays, but yeah, I was not expecting this line, for sure.
Tuesday, lines for Frontier were wrapped around the corner.
I was like, dang, this is a long line. but it's moving at an okay speed, so hopefully we'll make the flight.
Edwin Duncan says he would probably miss his flight if he didn't have TSA pre-check.
We could have gotten here 3 hours ahead of time, and I still don't think we would have made our flight. But I think we're going to make it.
They put him in ICU and on a ventilator.
For 4-month-old Oliver from Mackworth, what was a fever on Christmas has left him in serious condition at Wellstar Kennestone.
Soon as they got there, they took his vitals and rushed him back to a room. She got a test back within an hour that he was flu A positive. And then right after that, they came back in and said, well, he also is positive for RSV.
And now Sarah Stace says her nephew Oliver, who is typically a chill, happy baby, also has pneumonia. The Georgia Department of Public Health showing positive influenza A tests are climbing week by week.
We had that brief period where it got chilly right after Thanksgiving, I believe. You get a lot of people that came together at that time for the holidays. And then now here you are, a month, 2 to 4 weeks later, where you really started to see it blossom. So we're just getting a big influx.
And it's landing many in the hospital.
The little babies and older folks are at risk.
For Oliver, his aunt says no one else in his family has tested positive. And while they're praying for his quick recovery, they're warning others.
It doesn't matter if it's a runny nose or a cough. It doesn't matter if it's not a big deal to you or me. If you're sick, just stay home. To us, it's just a cold, but to them, it could literally take their life.
What we're seeing right now is a very rapid escalation in cases.
Health experts sounding the alarm as flu activity increases sharply across the U.S. Most states are seeing high or very high activity, and those levels are rising nationwide. The CDC estimates there have been at least 7.5 million illnesses from flu this season, based on data through December 20th.
We're seeing also a major increase in hospitalizations, emergency room department visits, and even deaths.
So why are flu cases surging?
A number of factors. One, we've seen that vaccinations, there's been about 3 million less doses given this year so far.
There's also the type of flu we're seeing this season.
Flu is always made up of several different subtypes of viruses. We have one this year that's a bit unusual. It's called H3N2. It is associated with just more severe illness, and we're seeing a lot more people get infected.
Also, genetic testing indicates a new flu variant called subclade K appears to be behind the vast majority of cases in the U.S.
It's a different subclade, or kind of a different strain.
This new variant wasn't included in this year's flu shots. It was identified after scientists chose the strains to include. However, experts still recommend getting the vaccine.
It's probably not going to do a great job of protecting you against infection against the new variant, but it will do a good job of preventing you from getting seriously ill.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Bringing Bringing in a new year means self-reflection and setting new goals. For some, that may mean looking for a new job. And many career experts say January is a good time for job seekers.
In the new year, you often see hiring opportunities increase out in the marketplace.
Dawn Fay with recruiting firm Robert Half says a new year means a new annual budget for most companies, so they have more financial flexibility to add positions. But this is a tough climate for job seekers. The latest jobs report shows 105,000 jobs were lost in October and 64,000 jobs were added in November, while the unemployment rate rose to 4.6%, a 4-year high.
The jobs are there. It's more competitive to find the opportunities you're looking for.
Fay recommends broadening your job search. If you work in marketing, don't just apply to other marketing firms. Look for a marketing job in other industries.
Certainly things are picking up in the energy sector because there's all talk about power and how are we going to power all these data centers to keep the AI work running.
Fay says tailor your resume and cover letter to each job you apply for. She says AI can be a useful tool to help you save time. Use the job description to help you come up with a rough draft.
You might, again, just want to tweak it to highlight your skills and the results that you've had from the work that you've done that could be really particular to that role that you are applying to.
Don't just apply through the company's website. Try and track down the hiring manager and email them directly as well. If you're currently unemployed, consider contract or temporary work. Take a class to develop new skills or even volunteer. Fay says that helps you explain any resume gaps. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Waiting for Parkinson's. You? His haircut.
That's a quick sneak peek at Michael J. Fox in the Apple TV series Shrinking. He'll have a guest role in the new season, which kicks off January 28th. Fox hasn't acted on camera since 2020, when he stepped away due to issues related to Parkinson's disease.
Fight for the days on the other side of this. Fight for a world beyond Hawkins.
Stranger Things hasn't had to fight for viewers this holiday season. The hit Netflix show is celebrating its finale this week, and the lead-up episodes have had huge ratings. Season 5 was Netflix's most-watched title worldwide Christmas Day, and drew 34.5 million total views Christmas week.
Lend me the strength of the old fathers, so that I may fight once more.
The Mighty Thor is back. A new trailer teases the return of Chris Hemsworth as the God of Thunder. The Marvel superhero is seen with his daughter and praying to his late father, Odin. Thor and the rest of Earth's mightiest heroes return next December in Avengers Doomsday. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
Hey, Luigi! What's up, Mario?
The Italian Plumbers are back on the big screen April 3rd when the Super Mario Galaxy movie hits theaters. Arriving later in April is Antoine Fuqua's Michael, a biopic about the King of Pop.
Impressive.
The first Star Wars movie since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters in May. The Mandalorian and Grogu is expected to continue the story begun in the Mandalorian streaming series.
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
June has the potential to be a busy month at the box office, with Steven Spielberg returning to the alien visitors genre with Disclosure Day opening June 12th. It will be joined in theaters by Toy Story 5 June 19th and Supergirl on the 26th. July 10th is when the live-action adaptation of Moana sails into theaters. It will be followed by Christopher Nolan's epic The Odyssey on July 17th. The big flicks continue into the fall, with Street Fighter landing in theaters October 16th, The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping on November 20th, and Avengers Doomsday on December 18th. Getting reserved seats in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Before I had the chance to meet this teacher, I was told by a receptionist that she goes by Miss Hollywood. So in addition to her nomination, I was already getting ready to see a star that shines inside and outside of her classroom. And she loves to see her third graders shine too. Meet this week's Fox 54's top teacher, Quanisha Ford from Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School in Huntsville. Welcome to Miss Hollywood, aka Quanisha Ford's class. But she's not the only star here.
I wanted my classroom to have the students to feel like a celebrity. I wanted them to feel like a star.
Ford has been teaching at MLK for 6 years. She's originally from Greenville, Mississippi, and has taught for a total of 10 years. She likes to keep the kids active.
We do something called room transformation. Actually, the other day, I turned my classroom to Starbucks, but we changed it to Starbooks. And so Starbucks was able to give me some bags and cups, so the students were able to read fiction and nonfiction books.
But on this day, as the students prepared for the holiday break, they partied, but not before passing an assignment.
They came in and told me that they passed their lessons, so I had 90% or above of my students to have those already lessons done. So we are celebrating. I'm big on celebrating because they know we have to work first and play later, so I'm super proud of them.
Principal Cheryl Askew says Ford pours into her children.
She invests in our students. She is the teacher here, and she's the teacher outside of here. She goes to baptism, she goes to games, she does all of this. She gets to know her students. Well, she gets to know all of our students. So everybody in this building knows Miss Ford. So she's just a good teacher. She's great.
Assistant Principal Michelle Scott loves the work she sees in Ford's class too.
She's very hands-on, interactive. I mean, the whole brain teaching type things for me. I love the fact that they're always engaged, interacting. And not only that, but she makes those personal relationships with the children. She goes to their games.
And Ford says she wants her kids to remain shining like the stars that they are.
I hope that they walk out of my classroom with learning all of the skills that I've taught them.
Congratulations, Ms. Ford. Check out the full clip of her surprise as a Fox 54 top teacher and her full interview on Fox 54 Plus. Of course, nominate a deserving teacher on fox54.com.
Tonight, a local teen got a surprise she'll never forget. With the help of 2 North Alabama companies and the nonprofit Magic Moments, a longtime dream was brought to life right on center ice during the Huntsville Havoc game. Sophia Wilsterson, a 17-year-old from Owens Crossroads, has faced extraordinary medical challenges her whole life, from rare neurological disorders to countless hospital visits. Tonight, the spotlight shines on her. With sparkling ice under the arena lights and cheers echoing through the Huntsville Havoc Arena, Sophia's lifelong wish is coming true, her very own trip to Disney World. Made possible by Park Supply, Reliance Worldwide Corporation, and Magic Moments.
This has been about 6 months in the works. This is kind of the culmination of it. So we're so happy because Sophia has no idea that she's going to gain this trip of a lifetime. When this opportunity came to light for us, we knew it was just the right thing to do, right? It's what we do, right? We serve our community, we serve the builders, we serve the contractors. And that's what we wanted to do, is by giving back and serving Sophia.
At the game, Sophia thought she was just participating in a friendly competition at the end of the first period. What she didn't know, the game was rigged in her favor, and the grand prize was exactly what she'd been dreaming of. The Havoc even wore special jerseys to honor the occasion, adding a little extra magic to the night.
This is it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and they get to go to Disney and Universal and SeaWorld in a way that none of us could go. It's a very unique experience that's special as she deserves. They will be greeted by people that are there the moment they land in Orlando, and their every wish is truly taken into account the entire time that they're. Everything that they need is taken care of while they're there.
Through the support of local businesses and Magic Moments, a nonprofit dedicated to creating special experiences for children facing serious medical challenges, Sophia is about to experience her longtime dream of going to Disney World. Thanks to the support behind this surprise, Sophia and her family will spend a week at Disney World starting March 10th, a dream turned into reality.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather
Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush, fast-paced news updates featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True Crime Warrior Style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look, to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.